Hello guys, we are back again on genetics. If you're new on the channel, subscribe and turn on the notification bell. So guys, now we'll be looking at genetics. Um, just a few, or I think this is just an introduction. So we'll look at genetics and some words to look up to before, or just some terms that might be on your question papers for term 2. Um, Firstly, we look at what we'll be talking about. We'll be talking about the genes, the alleles, the genotype, phenotype, dominant allele, recessive allele, and heterozygous and homozygous. So, uh, okay, let's just today we'll be focusing on these terms, and later on we'll be busy with something else different than this. Okay, so here's the thing. These are so important for you to know just these words, not that there's some other words you don't need to just know them, but you actually you need to understand these words that I'm about to give you. You know, you need to go to your exam room knowing what is gene and what is an allele, what is genotype, what is phenotype. They always ask on those things, so guys, be careful with it. Firstly, we'll look at the gene. So here's the explanation. It says, if you do have pen and a paper, you can write down or just screenshot it to make it easier for you to cram all these things, study hard. So what is gene? Gene is a small portion of DNA coding for a particular characteristics, like this one. You see, this is a chromosome, and a chromosome has got different places in it. So when it's got, you see on those black lines, these black lines, uh they show us that this portion is for an eye and other ones is for hair. You know, the the gene, it's always let me say, coding for a particular characteristic in its position. You cannot just on the same uh, portion you find it in that place. It's called for hey and also I. That's so not true. Yes. We also look at the allele. Allele, we are looking at uh, different forms of a gene which occur at the same locus. You see, so it's like, as you can see, that's one. There are two different what's alleles. There's the one that is dominant and the other one is recessive. Once we say the one is dominant, that means it has a capital letter. That means it is dominant, and once it has a small letter, we say it is recessive. Okay, when we say something is recessive, that means it is not stronger than the dominant allele. You know, so when you look at these two, they say there's dominant allele and also a recessive allele. Okay, so once your letter is in capital letters, uh that means that gene is dominant over the recessive allele, or a on that gene it is recessive of what. When you say it is recessive, it means it is weak. When you say it is dominant, it is strong. You know, that's how you should keep it. uh Also, let's go to genotype. Genotype, it is something that you won't be able to see, but you can express on how it is. You see? So look at this. Say they say genetic composition make up of an organism, or genetic composition of an organism. That means it is what you cannot see. You see? It's just interior genes. You only see it on the, actually no way. Yeah, we should not explain on that. Yes, so you cannot see it. So a phenotype, what is phenotype? Phenotype, it is a certain gene that, I mean, it is physical appearance of an organism determined by the genotype. When they say that, if it is being determined by the genotype, okay, let's switch. We'll go back. You see, where do we find the gene? It is inside of an DNA. All right. If it's found in DNA, there are something called chromosome. Chromosome has got um different characteristics on it, on a particular a portion, you see, and it calls on different genes on what car hair or an eye and all those things. So here in a phenotype, it is being expressed physically. You see, you can see it that that guy is short. That's it was a certain gene that was dominant to make that guy short. And also uh yeah, it is something that you are able to see and interpret. Let's go on the next one. What is a dominant allele? So a dominant allele, it is an allele that is expressed in the phenotype when found in the heterozygous and homozygous condition. Okay, if we say it's a dominant allele, once, okay, let's say we have two parents. The other one is dominant. Let's say the father is dominant and the mother is recessive. So what will happen if they mate? Sorry. Okay, fine. We're doing life sciences. When they mate, let's say cows. There is a bull and a cow. Okay. So a bull, it is dominant and the cow is recessive. Once the bull is dominant, surely the what do you call this? The phenotype of that baby that will show up, okay, it will show the the father's characteristics, the reason why the bull had a dominant allele over the mother's allele. You see? So when you say it is recessive, an allele that is masked in the phenotype when found in heterozygous condition, it is only expressed in the homozygous condition. Okay, so when we like drawing, we'll say there is something called um something called, wait guys, okay guys, sorry, I was out. So we're talking about the recessive. Once you see when the there's a two capital letters and the two parts, or let's say heterozygous means this, or on a father, let's say on a father, the father has two alleles of which are not similar. The other one, it is dominant and the other one is recessive. And also in the mother, we say this is the other one that is dominant and the other one is recessive. On that point, so the filial that will show up at the end, it will be recessive. Okay, and maybe there might be two dominant and two recessive. Yes, it's gonna be like this. So this, as I was telling you guys, heterozygous, it is this two different alleles for a particular characteristics, you see, in a way that's maybe T codes for tallness and T code for um hair, you see. And homozygous means both allele are the same. So there's nothing that can be that hard on these two words. That's what, guys, I was trying to talk about this morning. Thank you. See you on another video. Subscribe, like the video, support the channel, spread the love. Thank you.